And Catherine, from your point of view, what's your expectation? The way that government will now work under Boris Johnson with a very, very solid working majority. What's going to happen to that Brexit process?
I think it's going to be fascinating to watch because they're going from a position... When Boris Johnson came in, he wanted to do everything in a hurry. You know, he was rapidly trying to go through the same stages, renegotiating the deal, pushing it through Parliament that Theresa May spent 3 years doing. The next month, he's probably going to continue in that vein. So, you know, very keen to get everything done and dusted. But then, with this kind of majority, he's got 5 years and he's got a cushion in his party. So he can afford to do a lot more, he can afford to do it a lot slower and get the sort of ambitious future relationship that perhaps he, his party, the country want. But how he goes into that, I don't know. It's going to come down also to the temperament. We haven't seen what kind of Prime Minister he is. And as Laura pointed out, you know, Prime Ministers, they grow into the role. So it's going to be really fascinating to watch him over the next few months.
Well, indeed it is, given that people in the past have commented on his temperament and all the rest of it. Now he's boosted by this majority, this likely big majority, and that surely will make him a far more confident political leader than he's been hitherto.
You would think so. And also it depends what he does with his party, his cabinet. He's been sort of talking about one nation Toryism quite a lot. You know, does he, you know, whether it's in February or sooner, does he come out and change his cabinet, change his government quite significantly? New Prime Ministers often like to sort of bring on, you know, a cadre of MPs from lower in the ranks, bring on their own MPs and create a sort of power base that way. So we'll be watching to see who he brings on in the party, whether he brings anyone back and you know, what kind of shape of party, what signals he sends out.
But in short, you're telling viewers that you're expecting 2 months of pretty hyperactivity.
At least for the next month, just to get through the deal. And remember, because as long as that deal is not ratified, no deal technically on the table, I mean, with this kind of majority, you would expect that process to be a lot quicker. But we'll very quickly move on to talking about the future relationship, and that's going to be the big issue. Again, he's going to have to make a sort of slight adjustment, going from saying we're definitely out in December 2020 to then perhaps giving himself more room. But he will have the cushion to be able to do that if he wants to.